This is Not Worth Living, a podcast that features creatives interviewing themselves with a preset list of questions. Unlike other podcasts that feel like conversation between friends, this one aims to feel like eavesdropping on a psychiatrist's visit. Today's episode features
Rebecca Rowland. What was the first time you remember creating something intentionally? Even though I've been writing since I can remember, I was more interested in creating art when I was a kid than in writing. When I was 8, I won an award from the state of Massachusetts for a piece that I painted. It was such a big deal. My family and I had to travel to Boston, go to the State House to receive the certificate, the whole 9 yards. When I was in my late teens, I became a collage artist for a few years. It was my primary escape. Once I stopped doing that, I kind of channeled all that energy exclusively into writing. Looking back now, I don't see a real difference between the two mediums. Both require a balance between planning and letting your gut dictate your next move. I think all art is intentional in some way. We start off knowing we are going to make something out of nothing. It's the final product that is the surprise. If money was no object, what would your dream project be? I love my day job. And granted, it pays the bills and it affords me the ability to not have to rely on my writing and my editing to live. However, if I were given a windfall of cash, I'd take a leave of absence. I'd pack up my laptop and hop on a plane, travel to different places based on what moved me, use those experiences to inspire my writing. I'd spend a season in the Southwest, another in Alaska, that sort of thing, and write. Who knows what the end product would be? A novel, a series of short stories, maybe even a return to physical art or photography. I have never been a person to do something for the money. If I could survive and take off a few years to live in other people's spaces and just create, that would be a dream come true. Is there a quote or a motto that you work by? It sounds trite, but it's from Stephen King. Get busy living or get busy dying. In my 30s, there was an incident that landed me in the hospital. I was there for a week, mostly by myself with no television, nothing to read or look at. And so I was alone with my thoughts a lot. And I made a promise to myself that I would stop making decisions based on fear. It's easy to give up when things feel heavy. We're all dying a little bit every day. And we only get one turn on this ride. Nowadays, I kick myself when I'm given an opportunity and I waste it. Someday I'll flop into an easy chair and say, okay, I'm good. It's time to rest. But until then, I'll keep trying, keep finding new adventures to pursue. Would you be friends with yourself? Fuck yes, I would. The kinds of friends I appreciate most are the ones that are quirky, non-judgmental, and a little dark in their senses of humor. I think I rock the same personality traits. I mean, I'm weird. There's no getting around that. But maybe that makes me less apt to be put off by other people who are weird. I am awkward as hell, and what I find funny likely borders on the inappropriate. Don't get me wrong. I am the last person you want hosting a party or as a regular date to go out and be social. I'm much happier listening than speaking, and most of the time, I prefer to be by myself over going out among others. If I were friends with myself, we'd spend most of the time in silence and likely in separate rooms. But I'd laugh like hell at my jokes. What do you do differently from other people? Other writers are always telling me what music they listen to get inspired, what they play in the background while they grind away at the keyboard. That is completely foreign to me. I cannot write if there's music playing. I have trouble writing if there's any noise of any type. I need to hear the sentences in my head. Even weirder, I can't just manufacture those sentences. I wait until one comes, and then I build off of it. I know it's strange. I know it's odd. But that's what I do differently. Who inspires you at the moment? I definitely go through periods where I read massive amounts of work from one particular author. My standby when I first started writing was A.M. Holmes. Her stuff is smart and transgressive and just a little bit dark. I'm drawn to voices that have those same elements: beautiful cadence, dark undertones, but most importantly, sharp wit. In recent years, I've devoured all of Joyce Carol Oates' short fiction and nearly everything Tom Perrotta, Peter Swanson, and Paul Tremblay have written. Right now, I'm on a Ronald Malfi train. There's something about hearing a writer's voice in my head that kicks my own voice into gear. Primes it, maybe. Finally, what's your latest project? My most recent projects include an anthology of historical fiction titled American Canibal. It's just what it sounds like. Periods of American history reimagined by 20 different voices in horror, incorporating, well, cannibalism. It was a blast to curate, and I'm immensely proud of it. My novella, Rock of Ages, appears in the food bank charity anthology Table for Three, alongside new work from Holly Ray Garcia and Douglas Ford. And my next short story collection, White Trash and Recycled Nightmares, is up for pre-order now from Dead Sky Publishing. These days, I'm always in the middle of writing another short story for something, even if that something is just for me. And who knows? Maybe I'll ditch the keyboard altogether and just go back to making some collage art.